Good morning, sir.
What's going on?
Thank you for doing this.
Good to see you.
How you been?
Good, good.
Yeah, look.
All things considered.
All things, I see you got on C-SPAN. You're waiting for a vote, right?
Yeah, well, they just called the first vote, so, but we've got about 200 or something, 400 or something people not voting, it looks like. 200 something people not voting. So
what's this a vote for?
This is a vote on an amendment to an appropriations bill. It's just an extreme amendment that Republicans are going to continue to try to put forward. Every single Democrat will oppose it.
You guys came back, you hit the ground running.
We hit the ground running because there's so much going on right now in America, so much to fight for. We obviously, over the next couple of weeks, have to figure out a way to fund the government. But our view, and we've said this directly to our Republican colleagues, we are not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that takes away health care from the American people and doesn't make life better for everyday Americans.
Yeah, and it does not make life better for everyday Americans.
Well, what they're putting forward right now just continues their assault on health care. And we saw that with the one big ugly bill, which was legislation that's ripping away, health care from millions of Americans, ending Medicaid as we know it. Hospitals are going to close, including in urban America and rural America. Nursing homes are going to shut down. Like, who does this? This is a cruel thing to do, to actually make it harder for everyday Americans to get the medical care that they need when they find themselves facing a healthcare crisis.
Do you think the folks who actually voted for Donald Trump, because a lot of the people who are going to lose those services that they really need, they're in Donald Trump supported districts, they're in rural America. How are they not informed about things that are going to hurt them?
Well, the one big ugly bill right now we know is deeply unpopular. That's why Donald Trump is talking about actually rebranding it. Now, he's supposed to be the king of branding. They came up with the notion that they were going to try to sell this bill and deceive the American people. But we've been very clear as Democrats. It rips away health care from the American people, including from rural Republican voters, to your point, Don. It steals food from the mouths of hungry children, hungry veterans, and hungry seniors in communities all across the country, including in districts represented by Republicans. And all of this is being done so they could provide massive tax breaks to their billionaire donors. The American people hate it. Republicans hate it. It's deeply unpopular. And it's going to be an anchor that drags Republicans down.
Yeah, I'd like to do this. I love that you're doing new media. I love that you're leaning into new media. I love that you are supporting independent media and journalists because, the old media, it's tough, right? It's tough for them. But I love that you're doing this. And I don't think people really get to know you because they see you in a suit all the time and you're sitting there. Look at the drip. You got on your sneaks this morning with a suit. You have no tie. One of your favorite sayings is, and if you don't know, now you know.
The great Christopher Wallace. That actually was something that I said on the House floor during actually on the Senate floor during the first impeachment trial of Donald Trump, when Trump's lawyers were trying to make the case that, what are we here for? This is all a waste of time. We were like, no, this was an abuse of power. This was an effort to change the results in advance of the 2020 presidential election to shake down Ukraine. Absolutely. And this was given to me by a cousin of mine. She just sent it to me after the impeachment trial because she was just tickled, I guess, by the fact that I had the nerve to quote the notorious B.I.G. on the Senate floor in an impeachment trial of President Donald Trump.
Yeah. Now, where's the tie? When you go on the floor to vote, are you going to put a tie on?
I'll put a tie on.
You do?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I probably have it in the adjacent office. Here's the thing, that on the House floor, you have to wear a tie pursuant to the rules.
Right.
You have to have a jacket on
pursuant
at all
to the
times,
rules. Yeah.
pursuant to the rules. However, the House rules are silent on footwear. Hence, we found a loophole. And that's why I can rock sneakers on the House floor.
Wait, well, Leader Jeffries, we're going to get you some Stan Smiths. I mean, those are cool.
These are Cole Haans.
Those are, okay, so they're cool, but we're going to get you some.
What I'm saying?
We're going to get you some Stan Smith. You got the Obama book over there. Do you use this fireplace?
Every now and then. I don't know how to work it, however, but the team knows how to put it together.
The team knows how to put it together. Let's talk, and then you got where Brooklyn at.
So where Brooklyn at, it was given to me by some constituents back at home just to make sure that, of course, we never forget. Brooklyn's always in the House. We know that wherever we go, and Brooklyn's in the House of Representatives right here. Mo Better Jaguars are a team, a youth football team from Brownsville that went undefeated and won the national championship earlier this year. So we had them on the Hill just to celebrate them.
Yeah.
And then they brought a football as a token of their appreciation. So that was great.
So we talked about funding the government, which is one reason we're here, because you guys have a
Yeah.
short time to fund the government. Can we talk about some other news? You saw that these brave survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, they were out in the Capitol, just near the Capitol steps yesterday, just bravely telling their story. And it's horrific when you hear, what they have survived and what they've been dealing with. As they were doing this, there was a military flyover for some reason. They believe that the president or someone in the administration did it purposefully. And also he was in the Oval Office at the same time calling this a hoax.
Well, it's incredible because as several of these brave survivors indicated, this was not a hoax. And the entire Epstein affair is, a disgrace. And that's why the American people are demanding information and transparency. And as House Democrats, we've been clear. Look, there's either one of two things going on here. Either Donald Trump spent years lying to his supporters about the nature of the deep state conspiracy connected to Jeffrey Epstein, or alternatively, they're hiding something damaging to either Donald Trump or rich and powerful people connected to the Trump administration. So we're going to relentlessly keep the pressure on them and make sure that one way or the other, this information fully and completely gets presented to the American people.
Do you think it'll get out there?
Yes, I will. Because at the end of the day, listen, growing up in central Brooklyn, there was a saying often, truth crushed to the ground will rise again. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you can't keep the truth suppressed. Yeah. And we're going to make sure that it rises.
A couple of other news items. AOC this morning was asked about support for Mamdani. She's not happy that you're not supporting him. Because you're a New Yorker, right?
Yeah. I just haven't weighed in one way or the other. But stay tuned, and I'll have more to say about it when I'm back home in New York City.
When are you back?
I'm back home later on this weekend.
Oh, so you might have an announcement.
Well, we'll have more to say about it sometime soon. But back home, that'll be the appropriate venue for me to address the situation.
Well, I understand because you have work to deal with here in Washington, and I understand this is where your focus is. So I understand that. So look for something this weekend.
Something soon.
Something soon. Listen, I want to ask you something, and I don't want you to. This is not an antagonistic or bristle at or whatever. Yeah. But there were 4 Democrats who say, and this has been a big topic. They're not going to accept money from AIPAC. People have been asking you about that. That you're getting money from AIPAC, whatever. What do you say to that?
No, I appreciate the question because there clearly are some folks out there who are either misinformed or are intentionally trying to manipulate the situation. I actually will continue to raise money the way that I've been raising it, which is largely in small dollar increments. The average contribution to my reelection campaign is $28 a person. And what's interesting about that, Don, is that actually that's a lower number than any of the mayoral candidates in New York City right now. Mm-hmm. Any of them. And so, the overwhelming majority of support that I receive are from everyday Americans who, thankfully, I've earned their, trust and support, and I've got to continue to do that. So these numbers are all publicly disclosed. Right. So I'm trying to actually figure out who is intentionally putting out misinformation to suggest that somehow this particular group or that particular group are having an impact on how we're approaching these serious policy issues.
You're not bought by anyone.
Of course not.
Let me ask you about, did you see what happened yesterday? Donald Trump offered Eric Adams a job in the administration.
Yeah, we got to get to the bottom of this situation. I mean, but it's not, the whole thing is not going to work out well at the end of the day, because the one thing that we know is that New Yorkers believe correctly that Donald Trump doesn't have the best interests of everyday New Yorkers at heart.
Yeah, I appreciate your candor on that. Now, thank you very much for answering that. Do you What do you say to people who, they want Democrats to stand up? This time you're back. This is your third day here.
Yeah.
Right? The session is, and you got a short time to fund the government. You got a short time to get business done. The 2026 midterms are coming up. How can you ensure the American voters, Democrats, people who are sick of this autocracy, that Democrats are in fighting mode, they're in formation?
Yeah. Well, I definitely, understand why, people are unsettled about the whole situation, because Donald Trump and Republican extremists in the House have launched an unprecedented assault on all the things that matter. Assault on the economy. They failed to lower the high cost of living. In fact, costs aren't going down, they're going up. Yeah. We can thank the Trump tariffs for that. Assault on healthcare, ripping healthcare away from millions of Americans. Assault on law-abiding immigrant communities. Donald Trump promised he was going to go after violent felons. They haven't gone after violent felons. They're going after children, some of them who are American citizens, and deporting them to a country they've never lived in.
No due process.
No due process, right? Assault on the American way of life and assault on democracy. So, of course, people understandably are in an unsettled environment. And our thing is, listen, we just have to continue to do more. More of everything. More rallies, more speeches, more demonstrations, more speeches on the House floor, more speeches on the Senate floor, more town hall meetings in Democratic districts, more town hall meetings in Republican districts, hearings on the Hill that are Democratic-led, hearings across the country as we've been doing, site visits, some of which have been in the country, some of which have been outside of the country. So Democrats have to continue to stack these things on top of each other and obviously do what we need to do this November in New Jersey, in Virginia, and in California, and lay the groundwork for finishing the job next November, where we can begin to end this national nightmare, take back the House, and continue our process of marching toward a more perfect union.
I got to cut you off because your staff is like, he's got to go vote. Okay, so look, I just want to say, do what?
Quick video.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So as we're getting a video here,
and I love the microphone. I mean, the microphone is fire right here.
Oh, dude, come on, tell me. We got a whole network going here. We're doing something different here, and I hope that people understand this is your government in action that we're showing here, and this is what independent media in action. And also, I want to say I like the drip. And
that's high praise from you.
Yes. Did you hear from folks? When you were on the break? Did they talk to you like, "Hey, we want this, whatever"?
Yeah.
Did you learn some stuff?
I think the big thing, we did travel the country, and
I just need a shot of you guys just.
Okay.
Hand.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna push it. Ready? 1, 2, and perfect. Hold it and cut.
Awesome. Okay, we can walk with you, or if you're gonna go or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get out of here.
But
Thank you.
The big thing is, people are concerned about the healthcare piece, and just the fact that nothing's been done.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
On cost.
Yep.
And that's a big problem.
Thank you, sir. Are you going to the floor now?
I'm going to the floor now.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you, guys. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good?
Thank you. Good. Thank you so much. I'm going to walk this way and let you pass when we get out of here.
All right. That sounds good.
That is leader Hakeem Jeffries. He was kind enough and gracious enough to offer us a few words this moment and this time. Thank you. We appreciate it. We'll see you later. Good luck. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.